What's up, guys? This is going to be grade 6, module 5, lesson 8 of Eureka Math. We're going to be talking about finding polygons, drawing polygons, finding area and distances on a coordinate plane using ordered pairs. Let's do it!
All right, so on lesson 8, grade 6, module 5, we are trying to make polygons or draw polygons on a coordinate plane. So this one's pretty obvious, but you can see I've got the points plotted from down here. If I were to connect them, what shape would that be? Obviously it'd be a triangle. Now to find the area, remember all I need is the base and the height. So let's go ahead and connect the sides. Look how beautiful that is. And then I'm just going to calculate the distance between point A, right, and point C. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units for our base. Our height would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And then to find the area of a triangle, right, so now we're just combining a few different skills. We're just going to be doing base times height divided by 2. So 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 divided by 2 is going to be 12.5. And since we don't have centimeters or meters or inches, we're just going to use U for units, because all those are types of units, and squared, because area creates square units. And you can actually see, if you wanted to count these out, I mean, I can zoom in here for you, right? But let's say my line was perfectly straight. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the combination of all these that are cut into pieces would equal, 2.5, which would give us the 12.5 square units. So what if we already have a couple coordinates but not all the coordinates, and we're given some information like what the area is? So I'm going to highlight this information because I think it's important. I'm going to draw this information on my coordinate grid, and then I'm going to write this, that the distance from point A, here's A, to point B, is 5 units. And that's important because this is what's going to help me find my missing side length. Since I know my area is 30, then and area of a rectangle, because it does say rectangle, right, is length times width, then I know that 30 is 5 times whatever my missing side is. So what can we multiply 5 by to get 30? Yeah, you could do 30 divided by 5, but we know that 5 times 6 is 30. So that means I need a side length of 6. And I can go either way. I can go to the right. Okay, I could extend it 6 units to the right, or I can extend it 6 units to the left. And that would give me an area of 30 and help me finish my coordinates. So I'm going to go to the left. You can go whichever way you want. And I'm just going to count it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put a dot right there. And then I'm going to go the same 6 left from the other side. And then I can connect all of my sides. And you can see now I have a 6 by 5 rectangle. And since this is 6, this is 5, that would give me 30 units squared. And you can literally go in, like I said, and count these squares, because 6 times 5 creates an array of rectangles that are all squares that are all 1 by 1. And so those 1 by 1 squares add up to 30. And we know that because we can just do the rows times the columns. This is 5 times 6. All right, so I'm skipping a lot of these because, again, you're just plotting points, finding vertices using what you know for area. But I thought the triangle one is fun since that's a new one. And it's this also called the challenge. So I'm going to do this problem and then go over the problem set. So I've plotted -2, -3 right here. I've plotted +3, -3 right here. And I'm noting that -2 and 3, they are 5 units apart. And since I know that my area is 20, I know that the area of a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height. And so I know that 20 equals 5 times something divided by 2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 2 both sides. And what that's going to do is that's going to get rid of this divided by 2. All right, times 2 and divided by 2 will cancel each other out on this side, right? If I divide it by 2, then I multiply it by 2, I'm right back where I started. So on the other side, though, it's going to give me 40. So now I know that 40 equals 5 times my height, which 40 times 5 times 8. So the height is going to have to be 8 units. So I can take any of these vertices, either one, and I'm going to go 8 units up. I'm just going to take the one on the left. Okay, so I'm going to count up from the one on the left, 8 units. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to put a dot right there, and now I'm going to connect my lines, and I'm just going to double check that it all worked out. And the line's a little thick, but I want you to be able to clearly see it. Boom and boom. So if that's 8 units, and I'll double check it again, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 8 units. And let me change my thickness here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. Yep. If we did 8 times 5 divided by 2, wouldn't that be 40 divided by 2? And wouldn't that be 20, right where we wanted to go? Okay, so I'll go over the problem set answers. Why don't you try them all on your own first? Go ahead and do all the work and then check back with the video. So pause the video and get her done. Okay, so for number 1, we had 5 points, so it makes sense that we'd have a pentagon. And so obviously we're going to have to cut this into different pieces that are easier to find the area of, such as triangles or rectangles. So right away I notice I can connect these two, and I create a triangle on the bottom that I'll be able to find height of that's the wrong button. Find the height of right here, okay? And then I can also do the base with the length of that horizontal line I just drew. Then I've got these other two sides that don't have straight lines. So from this point to that point, and again from the top left to the bottom here, imagining those are all perfectly drawn right on the lines. And now you can see I've created 3 triangles and a rectangle. So I should be able to find the area of those, and then I can simply add them up. And so the top section, it seems to be, let's count that out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units across. And then let's do the heights here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units up and down, which gives us 30 in the middle. And then for the triangles, the one on the right has 2 units as the base, and 5 units as the height, and the one on the left only has 1. So this would be 5 divided by 2 on the left, which is going to be 2.5, that's a decimal. And 5 times 2, which is 10 divided by 2, is 5 units squared for that triangle. And now we just have the triangle on the bottom. So let's count the base from each point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 units across is our base. And that looks like an A. There we go. And then our height is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And we know the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So we have 45 divided by 2, which is going to be 22.5 units squared. So now we're just going to add 30, 22.5, 2.5, and 5. I'm going to add some point zeros here so that everything lines up. And this should get us our final area. So our final area when added up is 60 units squared. So again, we're plotting the points. We then cut the shape into the shapes we can find the area of, aka rectangles and triangles. Then we use the lines to help us, and we calculate the area of each individual figure that we created within the main figure and add them together. So how does each part of the expression correspond to the image? 30 represents the area of the rectangle within the pentagon. 22.5 represents the area of the triangle within the pentagon. 2.5 represents this triangle, and 5 represents this triangle. And then the adding them together means that we are finding the total area of the entire figure. So while this one may seem easier because all you have is a triangle, it's actually quite difficult because we don't have any vertical or horizontal lines. These are all diagonal lines, and therefore we can't find the distance of them from these ordered pairs according to what we know right now. We only know how to find it if it's in a straight horizontal line or a straight sorry, a straight vertical line or a straight horizontal line. But what we can do is we can box this in. So whenever I see triangles with all diagonal lines, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rectangle. Man, that's a fat line. All the way around it. And then I'm going to find the area of that rectangle. Okay. And then I'm going to subtract out the area of this triangle, and this triangle because it has vertical and horizontal lines. All right, so let's break this down. By drawing the rectangle, I created 3 triangles. I called them A, B, and C, and I'm looking for T, which is the area of the green triangle. So A had 7 units by 4 units as a base and a height, and so I'm going to do 28, which is 7 times 4, divided by 2, because that's how you find the area of a triangle, and that's going to be 14 units squared. B is the same thing, 7 by 4, which is 28 divided by 2, and C is 33 divided by 2, which is 16.5. So now all I have to do is take the whole rectangle and subtract A, B, and C, and I wrote this formula here to show that in order to find the area of my green triangle. So the rectangle was 7 by 11, which is 77 units squared, and then I subtract these 3 combined, which was 44.5, leaving me 32.5 units squared as the area of my green triangle. What do you think?
So again, this question, you're going to box it in, and then this will help you answer question 4, I believe. So we boxed it by including all of the dots using vertical and horizontal lines, and that gave us 3 triangles, A, B, and C. A has an area of 20 units squared, B 24 units squared, and C 8 units squared. And our total for the entire rectangle was 96 units squared. So we take the 96 minus the 52, which is 20 plus 24 plus 8, and we get 44 units squared as our triangular, the green area. So for number 5, all we have to do is establish how far away our coordinates are. In this case, the 5 and the 7, since x's are the same, means that we'll have a horizontal line. Wait. Down 5, up. Yeah, we'll have a vertical line. Sorry, when x's are the same, you have a vertical line of 12 units long. So we need horizontal lines. It means we're going to have to move our x's either 6 up or 6 down, because the 12, which is the units of length of that vertical line, times whatever our horizontal line needs to equal 72, according to this, and that's 6. So that means we can go up to 14, 7, and to 14, negative 5, or we can go down to 2, 7, and down to 2, negative 5. And for the last one, we need to figure out what our height has to be, if 12 is our base or vice versa, it doesn't matter. But base times height divided by 2 gives us 48, so we're going to multiply both sides by 2 to cancel that out, which means 12 times something equals 96. Well, that's 8. So we need it to be 8 units from where our other vertice is. At this point, we have lots of options. So we basically have a vertical line, right, with a point here and a point here. We can either extend that line this way 8 units, we can extend it this way 8 units, we can extend this one 8 units, or we can extend this one 8 units. So in all of these, you can either add 6 to 5 and do 5 plus 6, which is 11, negative 8, which would take this way. You could subtract 6, which would be negative 1, negative 8. You can do use this one and add 6 to the x, which would be 11, 4, or you could do negative 1, 4. Any of those would be one possible location. And so here are your options.